Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about something that I was kind of trying not to talk about. It's something that's very much in my wheelhouse, and a lot of questions came in about it, and my total radio silence on the issue just prompted more questions. So, today we'll talk about it a little bit at the absolute last moment. Okay, so for those who don't know, recently a whistleblower by the name of Peter Zatko went through the process and a disclosure was created. And it had to do with perceived security lapses at Twitter. Some of the stuff in the disclosure related to the possibility of information operations, foreign intelligence influence, that kind of stuff. Stuff we talk about on this channel a lot. We talked about it this week. So there were questions. Now, the main reason I wasn't talking about it was because of the name, Peter Zatko. I got to be honest, I had a real hard time placing it. And the reason is because that's not what I have him in my phone as. Mudge. Mudge is his nickname. I know the whistleblower. I know Mudge. I like Mudge. I talk to Mudge. Most importantly, if Mudge told me my beard was on fire while we were scuba diving, I would believe him. He has a reputation for being incredibly ethical and very straightforward, to a fault almost. Given his reputation and my personal interactions with him, I believe Mudge. And I haven't read it. I haven't read the disclosure, and I haven't talked to him about any of the details of any of this. So I'm not going to be very objective in providing commentary on it. It's worth noting a couple of things. One, in my experience with him, he has never been petty or vindictive or anything like that. He is not looking for fame. He's not a newbie trying to make his name. He's Mudge. Google him. Mudge. He's been around a long time. He's at the top of his field. Given what I know about him, I have to believe that if he went through the pretty tedious process of becoming a whistleblower through this method, he felt he had to. He felt he had an ethical responsibility to do so. Now, two other little tidbits about this. One, the hearing is tomorrow. I would imagine that it would be worth your time to follow the coverage of it. My guess is that there will be a lot of discussion that is actually well beyond what I would normally talk about. And then two, it's important to understand that he's been around a long time. And people who would normally talk about something like this, especially those who would provide commentary on cybersecurity, they may know him as well. Some of them may look to him as a mentor. If he had any influence over them at all, they're probably also very ethical. And they might look at providing commentary on something that they have a personal involvement with in one way or another as unethical. I wouldn't take people who would normally discuss something like this not talking about it as them saying that it's not important or that they don't believe him or anything like that, because in all likelihood, it's probably demonstrating the exact opposite. Given my experience, I have to take what he says at face value. Until I was presented with something that was in direct contradiction, that's where I'm at. So this is why I haven't covered it. One thing that I think is going to come out of this as this process unfolds is I think that people are going to have a greater understanding of how social media has become critical infrastructure. It is critical communications infrastructure. And it's something that is so complete and so present in your environment, in everybody's environment, that a lot of what you believe is shaped through what appears on social media. And those echo chambers that we talk about on this channel, the information silos that can be created, that kind of influence, if steered, it could be really bad. And I think that the process that's going to unfold is probably going to highlight a lot of that. So I definitely suggest paying attention to the coverage of it. So anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.